Hello everyone. Today I'm going to do the oil service for Renault Scenic 1.5 dci, the engine from 2003. The Scenic is basically from 2003 and the engine as well, which makes sense. In any case, the service now counted down to the last kilometers, I guess, or time since I did the computer reset, and now we can see when I start the engine it will show you the little symbol down there and service above, which means the service needs to be done for the usual oil filter service. Air filter, if you haven't changed it in a while, fuel filter, so on. We'll see shortly. It will say service change oil, and basically it counted 15,000 kilometers. I'm doing services every 7.5, basically 7.5 thousand kilometers, around about that. Not exactly at 7.5 mark, but you know what I mean. I have two services basically. I think for an old engine it's maybe better to do it two times at 7.5 thousand kilometers. Before this message, usually there is another one which says change oil soon, and before that one there is another one which is counting I believe from 5,000 kilometers down, and eventually it doesn't show kilometers anymore, and instead it just says change service soon, and then service change oil. In any case, without further ado, I will now allow the engine to warm up. I've driven only a little, so we'll allow it to reach the operating temperature of the engine, and then we'll proceed. I'll show you a couple of other things I bought besides the service, and let's see how it's done. While the engine is warming up, fortunately didn't have the chance to drive it anywhere to get it warmed up already, but nevertheless, here is what I'm going to do. As we said, oil service 5W40 ELF evolution as specified in the booklet. I mean, you probably can use 10W40, but I think it's not necessary to go with different viscosity for 1.5 dci. So I used the ELF 900 NF. Before this I used SXR. Smaller differences. In any case, affordable oil here for Renault. And here the filter, I prefer the brand called MAN. Unfortunately this time there wasn't one I could order from the same people that sent me the oil and other parts I ordered. So the filter pretty much usual one, nothing special. You can see the number if you need it, 586001. It has the valve inside, which is activating at 1.3 bars or 1 bar, I'm not quite sure. Here's the specifications for which vehicles it fits, and as you can see, my Renault Scenic II is there as well. When it comes to other things, I also bought 3 Liqui Moly products. First one is Liqui Moly diesel system maintenance or protector or cleaner, and as you can see here it says DPF protection. From time to time, every 3,000 kilometers or so, I put in this such product into the full tank of diesel. And yeah, I would say I'm happy with so far what it did. It's basically protecting the whole system, fuel system. The next one is, maybe someone will argue, is not suitable for this vehicle, but it is additive for hydraulic lifters. This car has hydraulic tappets, so called. Some call them tappets, some call them lifters. In any case, I think the principle of lubrication of these parts, which are basically on the valves, as you can see on the image here, I think the principle is same, and reducing the noise with this could also happen with this engine, and we will see that. I will record the engine sound, how it is before oil change and this additive, and we will record it after to see if there is any difference, if it's able to be recorded at the very beginning. But some say this requires at least 500 kilometers to be driven or more, depending on vehicle, and in this case it might not even do anything, but it won't hurt it. It won't hurt it, so I see no issue with using such additive. Speaking of additives, many also say the oil already has all the necessary additives, and I fully agree with that. Some say that additional additives could influence the specifications of the oil, but I'm not sure how to determine that, or if it would be visible in day-to-day driving. In any case, I'll try it out and we'll see what can happen after some kilometers. And of course, engine flush. I use this regularly. Every engine oil change, I will put this into the engine, let it run for 10 to 15 minutes, and it will clean basically all the insides of the engine. Everywhere where the oil lubrication is happening, where oil is flowing inside the engine, this product will remove any contaminants, any dirt or whatever was accumulated over the years. Yes, this is a different bottle from what I usually was purchasing in past, but yeah, Liqui Moly, a very reputable brand, and so far I can say I'm only satisfied. Now let's wait for the engine to warm up. I'll do a short recording before engine oil change, and we will compare it with after. A little hint to those who decide to do the service on their own for the first time. Everyone recommends using brand new plug. Yeah, placing the washer and the plug itself, it's nothing expensive, and yeah. And when it comes to the wrench which you will need to unscrew this thing, Renault is using a specific, let's say, method. I had real trouble finding such tool, such wrench, therefore I've created one. Created one myself from this, how do you call it, imbus, I'm not sure what's the English word. In any case, as you can see, the usual shape of this thing is like this. It's hexa or something, I don't know. In any case, what I did is shaved off the sides of this one, and then it perfectly fits in the hole of screw. So the hint, the tool tip here is to prepare your tools before you decide to go under and try to drain the oil. So you can make sure you have a proper tool by having a new screw on your desk, or if you create one, you can see if it fits properly, if it's not stripping and such. This is especially important if you plan to put engine flush or something to clean the engine, and then you must make sure to be able to drain the oil with that additive. So here's the tip, and I hope it will help someone. Now I'll proceed with the rest of the car. Now when we warmed up the engine, it's time to put the engine flush and run the engine again for around 10 minutes. The specification says 5-10, you can leave it slightly longer, that won't hurt it, but definitely do not drive long distances with this stuff in. So 5-10 minutes, slightly longer, nothing above 15 minutes, and then drain the oil and make sure you replace the oil filter as well. Now I'll put this in and run the engine again. Engine flush running for about 8 minutes now. I'll leave it for 3-4 more minutes, and then we will slowly drain everything and remove the filter, of course, and let it drain all. Then we will put 1 liter of fresh oil just to try and wash the if anything is left by the engine flush. This is brand new remaining oil I have from the last service. 1 liter maybe, or something like that, little bit less. So we'll just have a liter of oil going down, washing out any remnants. The oil is now draining. The car is on a slight incline or decline, or how do you call it. It's not straight, and I am using jack stand here to put the weight of the engine up, so the oil is draining to the bucket. When you are draining the oil, you need to remove the cap. Of course, always remove the filter. I removed it here. Down there, it's a bit tight spot. And big tip for you, at least if you're doing it for yourself or for the first time, never over tighten this filter. For some reason, I'm not sure why, even when you tighten it with the hand, it becomes basically glued to the oil cooler housing and the housing of the filter itself. I'm not sure what's going on. I always lubricate these rubber parts and just tighten it with the hand. And here on the right you have some, I think, specification. Even here it says how many times to turn it around to tighten. It doesn't require a force of like big Newton meters or whatever, a wrench or something. Just tighten it with the hand, and then next time it will be easier to remove it. But even then you will struggle a little bit, but don't worry, it's doable. This is all the oil that came out of the engine. You see, I'm not sure what you can see, but here's the bucket of 5 liters. Here it says 5 liter, which is liters. Now I will drain this, and we will see how much car consumed or lost after 7,000 kilometers or so. Bear in mind, I spilled some here. Did my best not to spill any on the ground. As you can see, I doubled with the 2 things, and there is a little amount of oil in the filter. I will now drain this into the bucket, into the bottle here, and we will see. After draining everything, I think we lost only a tiny amount, if any. Maybe that's all the things I spilled plus the filter. plus some of it is stick to the bucket. I drained it too, and yes, I'm happy with the result. Now I'll put in 1 liter to kind of wash what I put in. I put the engine flush, so I'll drain 1 liter in the engine just to kind of wash it. Everything complete. I put in 4 liters plus 300 milliliters of the hydrolifter additive, a new filter, oil filter, and I added half a liter of oil, so in total with hydrolifter around 4.8 liters, maybe a bit less. In any case, we will see if this hydrolifter thing does anything. To reset the computer, you simply need to hold the button on the windshield wipers selector on the handle. Basically, you hold one of the buttons at the place where it says change oil service now, and then it will reset. You hold it until it disappears. Basically, that's how you clear the service for this car. And that's it. What can I show beneath? It's a new plug. Yep, the car has an issue with oil pan, but it's driving like that for 2 years. In any case, that's it for this video. If you like it, like it. If you don't like it, don't like it. Dislike, leave a dislike, or like, whatever. And yeah, thank you for watching. Consider subscribing, and see you in the next video. Bye bye.